You are now listening to It's the Social Media by the Plus Money.
Yay! All right, welcome back, guys. It is your girl, the Plush Mommy. I am Plush, and I am a mommy. That is why I have that name. And we have a special guest on a special show called It's Just Social Media, your podcast for fat people who travel and hate having to ask for the damn seatbelt extender every flight. So damn annoying. All right, so we have a very special guest on the show. It's O'Shane.
That's correct.
O'Shane from Fat Men Traveling on Instagram. How are you, sir?
I'm very good, man. Very good. Thank you for having me on the show.
So thank you for coming and welcome all the way from UK. Yes.
That might be the first one, right?
You are the first international guest. We are listen. I'm global now.
Yeah, business is going.
We global. So, O'Shane, tell me. First of all, let's talk about how we met because this is the power of social media, and it's a really cool story. But I found you.
A bit awkward.
I don't remember.
I think I found you because I think I was looking for like maybe plus size couples, or I was trying to feature some women on Saturdays, for example. So although our page is solely for plus size men, I think I had a dedicated day that was solely for plus size women. And then I was searching and I saw one of your photos. Like, this is the perfect photo to go on our page.
Oh, thank you so much. I didn't have a man at the time, so you wasn't for to find nothing. I was like, I don't know why he's here. Ain't no plus. I looked at your page and I'm like, I ain't got no man. Do you want to see my ex? I mean, he's a fat man. He travels. You can use that. I don't know if that works. I felt really weird. Let's talk about, well, first thing, before we get started, if you are new to the channel, if you're new to this podcast, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. And also, if you are not, thank you for coming back. Please make sure you guys subscribe to my show. I have a weekly episode every Monday morning at 8 a.m. And also, please make sure you are following all of us on the socials of the medias. All right, so it's just social media. O'Shane, let's talk about what platform is Fat Men Traveling on, why you get started on Fat Men Traveling, what was the why? Why did we need to know about Fat Men Who Travel?
Okay, so I started Fat Men Traveling in April 2019, so last year. And it was very sporadic. I didn't have no plan. I didn't even think about it. I was just sitting there watching TV one day. I was watching a few GoPro videos on YouTube. And then I thought, is there actually a platform for plus size men that like to travel, or fat men traveling? And I couldn't find anything on Instagram. I was trying to search fat boy swimming, fat men traveling, fat men jumping off a boat, fat men eating Scorpio. I couldn't find nothing. And then I tried Google and I tried to find a fat men traveling forum. Couldn't find anything. However, I wrote fat girls traveling, or I wrote plus size women traveling, loads of content. So I thought, okay, there isn't a space for plus size men like myself who want to talk to other plus size men or find out things to do. So I thought, let me just create it. I literally just created it on the spot, no plan, created a logo on Windows Paint. It was the worst logo ever. And I just got started from there, really.
You use Windows Paint?
I just wanted to get this for the first one. The first one we had, I think it was just a circle, a red circle and an arrow. I think.
OMG.
I just wanted to get started.
No, you know what though? I'm not even clowning you because you know why? That's a big deal. You know why? Because people be buying the equipments. You hear me? And they go to pay the graphic designer for the logos. And I'm like, bro, you got all kinds of tools on your phone. Just go ahead and do what you got to do.
Yeah, just start. That's the thing, because I wasn't sure how passionate I would get along the line, so I didn't want to go overboard by equipment. I was just like, let me just start. I don't care how it looks. Let's just get started and see how it goes from there.
What made you choose Instagram for your home for the page?
So I used to be a big fan of Facebook, but I'm not really as active on Facebook anymore. I'm a bit active on Facebook with like Facebook groups and getting clients, for example. But to communicate and sharing people's photos, I couldn't find much photos of plus size men at all on Facebook. So I thought Instagram must be the place to find at least one plus size man traveling, and then go from there.
You know, I think it's weird how you had a hard time finding plus size men traveling because we got enough plus size men here in America, and so I was like, we are our average size of women and men. We're all. I mean, when women are 16, for the men it's like I think you guys are. I don't know your numbers. I'm sorry, 40.
Right? Yeah.
So I feel like it shouldn't be so difficult, but then.
It's so hard. Like if you ask me to find 20 plus size women, give me less than 5 minutes traveling on a beach, I'll find it. I gave my little sister a task. She's 18. I said, I'll give you £100 because I got so frustrated one day. I give you £100, which is about $150. Just find me 10, just find me 10 men, plus size men on a beach, jumping off a boat, eating food, anything. She couldn't find it. I gave her extra 2 more days. She couldn't find it.
So you went and sent her to find 100. You sent her with £100 to find 10 men.
And
Jeez. And she couldn't find how many she found.
She couldn't. She found one.
One. Well, okay. Let me ask you a question. It's my experience that men don't like to take pictures as much as women do because we show out for the vacation. Maybe do you think that might be a part of the reason why there's not as much footage of fat men traveling at the time?
It could be one. It could be a confidence thing, and 2, it could be a thing of them being the person behind the photo. So they might just take a picture of their partner, and they might not take a picture of themselves, for example. Or again, they might just feel like I'm not going to really post on social media because I think maybe statistics might show that more women might use social media a bit more when uploading photos in compared to, for example, a man on the other hand, for example.
So you would have to find, I guess, in that time especially, you would have to find women who were showing off their man, who could claim them publicly, obviously, when they traveled. Okay.
To a point where I literally started messaging women. Do you have a plus size man?
Do you have a man?
Sorry, some of them got offended, but I was so desperate, and I thought this is so bad that. And some of them was like, some of them said, "No, get a life." What are you trying to say?
Oh God!
But
that sounds like you shoot your shot.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Sounds like I'm trying to get them.
Oh no! Do you have a man? Is he fat? Ma'am, I mean, that conversation. I would pay money to see that conversation.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Honestly, that might be the title. Do you have a man? Is he fat? I really want to know. Okay, so now that how long has the page been going? Like since
probably.
Really?
Yeah. So it started last year April.
All right, so right now, Fat Men Traveling. I know Fat Men Traveling to be a popular, like a hot spot for, well, fat men who travel. And from what I can see, you have, let's look here. You have over 5,000 followers, which I know on social media, I don't care followers, yes, I know it's a vanity metric, don't come for me. But it is still a big deal because you have social currency, right? So now that you've grown, how did you get to this stage? Like now that you found these men and you got to this place, what was your strategy? You don't have to name all your secrets, but what was your strategy to get the growth up? What was your big...
I think when I did manage to find like one plus size man, and then I started posting myself sometimes because I couldn't find anyone, people re-sharing something. So if I feature someone, I'll always post it on our stories, and then I'll always tag them on the stories.
Gotcha.
If you just tag them or at them in the photo on your grid, for example, they may or may not see it. But if you tag them on the stories, for example, it will go into their Yeah, they'll always see it. Some may ignore it, but most people definitely see it because it will go in their inbox directly, for example.
That's a tip for those of
Yeah.
you who have businesses. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely tag. And also when you've shared photos, try use locations as well. That helps as well. Because people that are looking for that specific location might see that photo in their story highlights as well. But
That's
so
genius.
one of the good things that really helped us grow is that once we started to find a few plus size men, all the plus size men out there in the world that are hiding, they're like, wow, there's actually a space for us now. Like we can actually feature our photos on these pages and not feel a type of way. In our Facebook group now, every single day there's about 80 comments on each post. Like they're having so much fun talking about traveling, what bad experiences they had, good experiences, what restaurants we should go to in France. Like literally, sometimes I don't need to post anything in the Facebook groups anymore because it's just them
They just
talking.
take off.
Yeah, they're just talking among themselves, and it just makes me feel so good that I don't even need to do anything now. They're just building friendships and getting tips from each other as well. So
You know, in social media marketing, what we call that is building a tribe. So what you've done is build a community, build a tribe around your brand, and they've built a trust within your brand. So now if Fat Man Traveling decides to have merch, if Fat Man Traveling decides to go and create a concierge travel service for fat men, you now have people who believe in the brand who will be like, yeah, sure, no problem. Where do we sign up? So that's really helpful for you, and I think you're doing a fantastic job with that because that's a really big strategy that I feel like a lot of people don't know are available for them. You know what I mean?
I've got a disclaimer I need to say though.
Ooh, go for it.
Yeah. So problem again, because like there's not a lot of content for me. There are times where I was literally just posting random things. Like you might have seen in the past few months, I was posting book recommendations on a plus size men traveling Instagram because I had no content of plus size men. I was just trying to fill the gaps in. And when you don't post often, you end up losing the engagement, for example. And you need a lot of people. It's better to try spread content or plan content in advance. And if you post too much within a day, you might burn yourself out and not have anything to post for a long time.
You just make me so happy.
Right.
This is all the things I preach. It's just so great. This makes me happy. That word is called consistency, sir. Every person who's ever been on this show, literally, that's the first thing. That's always what they say. So yeah, this is the common thread. Consistency is key. When now that you travel, so you're a traveling person as well, so you travel often. With all the traveling that you've done, what is your favorite part about traveling, and what is your most hated part about traveling?
My most favorite part about traveling is finding somewhere that I haven't been before. And I don't always go to the cities, for example. I always try to go to like rural areas, countryside, because that's where the real culture is. So my favorite part is getting on a plane and experiencing new cultures on the other side as well.
And you travel by yourself.
Varies. So luckily, my day job, for example, is technology. So I'm able to travel around the world a lot of times. So if I'm not traveling with work, it might be with my girlfriend, or it might be with a group of friends. So I've had a mix of each side.
Perfect. And what's your most your hated part of traveling?
My most hated part is delays, because I don't think there is any like good, except from Singapore airport. There's no really good entertainment for us to kill time, for example, at airports. Unless you're like, I'm not, when I go to airports, I'm not just going to buy clothes. I'm not that type of person, for example,
Okay.
or might drink at the bar, but I would like there to be a bit more entertainment. For example, in Singapore, they got a lot of games rooms. They got chill out areas. You can go to sleep in some booths. A lot of airports, they don't have these kind of facilities, for example.
I don't travel like that. I mean, I've been flying since I was 6. But it was always back and forth to New York to see my father, so or Jamaica, right? So I didn't really know traveling like that. And when we ever had delays, before cell phones, you just kind of sat I had books. I used to read a lot of books, so I always had like 2 or 3 books ready for me to go. So if we had any issues with delays, like I could just pop out a book. Once cell phones came into play, delay all day. You got a plug And back then they didn't have plugs everywhere. Like you had to sit on the floor in the corner.
Yeah.
And I just plugged in and I would just zone out until the flight was ready, and that was easy. Pre 9/11, obviously, but life was different then. All right, so I'm gonna tell you what mine. You're not gonna make sense to you.
That's right.
I hate traveling. Part of traveling. I hate it so much. If you could teleport me to this location, I'd be fine. I don't like being on the plane. I don't like packing my clothes. I don't like getting in the Uber. I don't like. I don't like.
There's a lot to it.
TSA. I'm gonna get that pre-check. I'm serious. I can't. The checkpoint, the security, the sitting at the gate, the shuffle. The shuffle. And the shuffle through the aisle for me is hard because I'm fat, so it's like you got to do this, and you don't want to hips and butt to hit people, and then the bag and the carry. Lord knows.
Do you prefer window seat or aisle seat?
I am a window seat person because hit the head right here and I'm out. I go sleep.
Same.
I know the boyfriend, he likes aisle seats because it's easier for him to get in and out, and it's just no muss, no fuss. And he can sleep literally sitting up. Like men in general.
I say the aisle seat, I always get hit. So I rather when they're bringing down the cot I always get hit if I'm sleeping, for example. So I prefer the window seat.
I get all cozied up in there, and I don't want I put the hoodie on, clothes out, put on soaking music, and I'm out. Like I don't want to talk to nobody for the next how many hours I'm on that flight. But I love the food. I love eating. I like finding restaurants that are specific to the location I'm going to, where I can only go to that restaurant there. That's my favorite part about traveling.
Do you eat seafood? Sorry?
I eat everything. I love seafood. Sushi.
Street food.
Street food? Yeah. I'm from New York, so we don't...
I like everything.
Yeah, so I eat everything, but then I thought about it when you said street food. I was like, see, when you from New York, when you from Brooklyn, that street food, bro, I don't know. Like my dad and I, when I was a kid, we would stop at the, street food and we get like a hot dog or whatever. I used to get honey roasted peanuts. That's my favorite. Street food honey roasted peanuts in Brooklyn are immaculate. Only in like the cities though, like only in Brooklyn. Like don't go to like Manhattan or like the tourist areas. Those honey roasted peanuts are trash. Don't go there. Okay. And then we used to get, let me say I do eat street food because I also used to get like coconuts and sugar cane and stuff on the side.
When I say street food, I mean like proper like meat or rice and things like that.
Hold up. You tripping. Hold up.
Why?
Woo! Hold on. You want me to eat people chicken on the street? No.
But this is the best, man. Whenever you go to Thailand, for example, in Asia, it's nice, man. You have to.
I'm sorry.
It's proper nice, man. It's good stuff.
It's proper nice. You can't tell you. Let me tell you something. Men have stomachs of steel. I really swear to you, y'all be eating, y'all eat everything, and I'm like, what is this? Oh, it's like 6 days old. I don't care. I don't. I'm not.
I hate you.
So, okay, what about if, for example, you went to like a carnival in like Barbados or Bahamas or anywhere, Canada, and they're selling fried chicken on the side?
Okay, don't do that. See, you have to bring up my people can cook food on street.
Oh, okay, I get you now. I get you.
My people, me and my mother go to Jamaica. The side of the road, they have jerk chicken. We stop off the bus and she said, let's go get jerk chicken. I eat it and we fine. I was in Trinidad for Carnival last year. It was everything. We stop on side of the road. We get chicken. We eat roti, all kind of stuff.
I understand. I wake up.
My people, we know what to do.
I get you.
I don't know about everybody else.
Yeah, I get you.
I don't know.
Yeah, I understand.
Chicken and rice. My God.
Thailand. If I don't know if you asked this question already, but Thailand was my favorite country so far.
Is it really? Okay, why was Thailand your favorite country?
I'm actually planning on moving there next year, but it depends on COVID. The one-way tickets booked. It all depends on COVID.
What's the language they speak in Thailand? Thai.
Huh?
Thai. They speak Thai. I'm
yeah.
stupid. What's the language?
But it's just dirt cheap. It's very cheap, so you can live like a king there. You can get a $2 massage for 1 hour. The food is cheap there. The accommodation is cheap, and they have very, very nice beaches there.
What? Do you speak the language? So you just wanna ride out. You was like,
And like we just want to, because we went there already for 3 weeks. We've been there before, so we want to go again for maybe 4 to 6 months, and then move to Mexico for 6 months.
so you just want to be a nomadic, like.
Yeah, I figured it out. So I've had the time to find ways to make money online. So I've got in a position where I figured how to do certain things now. So I think we're both ready to go, for example.
Okay, so that's actually pretty cool. So with making money online, that's actually a really great segue. With monetization, how do you see yourself monetizing the platform and getting it? Like, what's the next step, I guess, for Fat Man?
I think with anything that you ever start, I think it's very hard when you put money as the main focus. So I always say put your whole passion into it first, and then naturally money will come along. So I think now I've pushed the passion. Now eventually I want to do like plus size men events. So like when I do move to like maybe Mexico, for example, then we can host some events there, because in our Facebook group, men are saying we need an event where it's just plus size men. I can't find any, for example.
By yourselves? By yourselves? Like, you just want to be together as men?
It can be that, for example, we go to a bar, we have playing games and drinking, for example, or we can do a thing with bring your partner as well. If you got a partner, she doesn't have to be plus size, or he doesn't have to be plus size, but the main focus is about men enjoying themselves.
Honestly, I think that would really be great, because we have that all the time. We actually, I know I went to one last year. I go to it every year. It's called CurvyCon. It's everything. Like, it's so great, because the chairs are like, you don't have to worry. You sit down, stuff works. You try on the clothes fit with the food. Just kind of everyone. It just works. It's very plus size friendly in those events, and I think with that event for men, I don't think men have a lot of spaces to be themselves. That's why I asked if you wanted it for only them. I think that would really be great for men.
Yeah. So I haven't done research. I don't know if there's plus size men's fashions and all like fashion shows or walks. I don't know about that, but the travel and the partying and events is something I definitely want to get into.
You about to do it.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't think I can do it here in England. I have to. 99% of our followers is America. I think I have less than 30 people in England.
We're really big on body positivity here. Yeah, I would. That's not shocking, but your culture is a little different too. It's not something you celebrate. It's like, why would you do that?
I've got a question for you. So, could you name me a plus size woman, plus size woman that is a good, like, travels a lot?
That travels a lot. I don't know. Because I follow travel vloggers, but ironically, I don't follow the ones that travel, that are big.
Yeah, I understand.
I haven't found any. I'm me.
Or even pages, for example. For example, again, I know that there's a lot of plus size women out there traveling, but if you want to say this is the guy that's the plus size men travel advocate or the ambassador of plus size men,
I don't think, we don't have that. We have fat girls traveling, and it's run by a fat woman who, talks about it. But I don't know her to be the face of it. Like, I just know the page. We don't have, like, the ones that travel, they just travel. Like, it just kind of comes with the territory. But most of the plus size women who are popular on Instagram, especially, are fashion They're really big on fashion or however, what, health or, whatever. Gosh, now you made me.
Because I just wanted usually in each industry there's at least 2 or 3 people who's like the head of something. So I just wanted to know who is the top, like the guys for plus size men traveling in general, and the girls. I can find girls, very easy, women, but I couldn't find men, and that's the problem we're having. So
You would be that. And the thing is, if you can't find it, the big message I think here is if you can't find it, fill it.
Yeah.
Because you figured it out that it's not something that is easy to do, and you also figured out that it's not something that's easily like accessible, but it's needed. So you needed to fill that niche immediately because
Yeah.
I know when I started, when I started dating my boyfriend and we said we want to travel more, I immediately pulled up your page. Like first thing I said, yo, do you know what? Because he was like, I want to travel because he just got his passport, I think like last year. And he was just like, yo, I want to travel, blah, blah. And I said, do you know about this page?
Yeah.
Because he didn't know, like, I wish I could find like restaurants that have certain things. And I said, boom. Because apparently you guys have to like, I've learned this, and I'm, a big woman too, so I kind of, understand it. But like, you got to look at the seating in a restaurant before you go. You got to look at like the dimensions of the seats of an airplane. What flights are. Seatbelt extenders are the first thing you have to think about when you get on the plane. And even though I'm a big woman, I don't think about those things because I'm not in that bracket. And that's something that your page, I believe, gives those tips on, like when traveling, look for this. When traveling, these are the recommended places because it's good for big men with, wide hips and stuff like that.
if he's not already, tell him to join the group because that's where we have more. The Instagram page is mostly posting plus size men traveling or doing something, but the group is more intimate, talking about real things that they might not be comfortable talking about on the Instagram.
Yeah. And I think it's really helpful and it's a great outlet because it also encourages these men to take these pictures, even though y'all take terrible selfies.
It's so true.
Why
It's so true.
can't y'all figure your exercise? What is happening?
But some guy, because when we were struggling, like we was just getting any pictures. We was desperate for photos, but some of the pictures we was getting was just like guys were taking selfies in the mirror, and the mirror was just dirty. And I was like, we don't want those kind of photos where your mirror is dirty.
I've seen these selfies. You looking up their nose. You don't
Yeah,
bother
yeah.
to take the matter out your eye. You have eye booger
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
What is that? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But they take great pictures of their girlfriends. Some of them,
Yeah.
I take mine.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
But for when it comes to, and then when we want to take a picture of you, y'all just be like,
We don't really pose too much. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the next thing.
you got to work on travel posing, please, to help them with that. Help me help you because I need.
And the next thing that we're struggling with is like taking our top off at the beach. That's a big deal.
Yeah, the t-shirt at the beach look isn't cute because we women, we out here in 2 pieces now. It's on and popping, so might as well come on.
Yeah,
Let's go.
most of the guys, if you ever, maybe I'm wrong, but if you ever see a plus size guy in the beach water wearing a t-shirt, that's the reason, because they're not comfortable. It's not for any. It's not because the t-shirt keeps me warm in the water. It's nothing to do with that. It's because they feel a bit shamed or lacking confidence in themselves. But
We were the same. Women, we used to. I know me.
Yeah.
Before I ever found a plus size blogger, before that ever existed, I'd be on the beach in a t-shirt and shorts. We didn't start doing this whole 2-piece nonsense until a couple of years ago.
Okay.
And I was uncomfortable with my body. What is it like when it comes to your journey of self-acceptance? Because that's a big thing about self-confidence. I think that's something a lot of men and women struggle with. But how do you, as a man, like deal with your self-confidence? Because it feels like a vanity thing, and it feels like more of a woman thing, from what I've heard. So how do you manage that for you as a man?
For me personally, it's just I'm confident in myself, but when it comes to, and I'm a frequent traveler, but when it comes to going on the beach, I still sometimes I take it off, sometimes I don't take it off. It's a constant battle. But the main thing you can do is like speak to yourself in the mirror every day. That's what I try to do. As soon as I wake up, I say positive things. I'm great. I'm beautiful. I'm black and beautiful. I'm handsome. And I say, I'm going to have a good day. I'm going to achieve all I need to achieve. I look at myself in the mirror. So I'm just constantly reminding myself and saying positive things. And another thing is writing down on a journal. When you physically write down something on a piece of paper, that adds a bit more value to you and it feels more real, for example.
Yes, affirmations.
Yes, perfect. And I think journal is something that I don't think us plus size men or men in general really do when it comes to self-affirmation as well. So another thing that we brought out, we've got a few coloring pages for plus size men that we're working on as well, because we want plus size men to affirmation, color in a few pictures of themselves or other people that are plus size men, and feel better in themselves when in their day-to-day as well.
So I only followed your page because, straight, like, real talk, I love plus size men. So I'm not ashamed of it. My friends don't understand it. I don't care. That's not my problem.
Yeah.
I love the belly. I love the whole, there's a TikTok. She's like, I love the belly. I love the, that's my jam. Actually, I'm going to do that TikTok today. Like, that's my jam. It's my thing. I love it. So for me and for women like me, I think that's also, we're just thirst buckets. So
I do get DMs saying, can you tell this guy to, I'm like, this page is not for this. Go and message yourself.
It's okay.
I put their at there. Every person I feature, I put their Facebook, their Instagram at there.
Let me tell you something. We don't do shooting of shots. I did, but women in general aren't really good at that whole thing, which I feel like we should do because, my God, it's like a smorgasbord of just. Just look at this. Oh, so many. Because there's not even a lot of men who travel pages to begin with, much less fat men traveling. So it's like, this is perfect. Like, if you love big men.
Perfect. Yeah. And a lot of women that are travelers, they say, I want a travel base, someone I can travel with around the world. On our page, there you go. And the Instagrams are there, so don't message me.
At first, when I was single, I used to see all these couples. I was like, man, you be posting all these dudes with ladies. What's this supposed to do for me? Like, I was not cool with that. But then you were like, yeah, this guy traveled by himself. I was like, ooh, let's find out.
Because I couldn't do a Diddy crop on them. I couldn't just crop out the man that's in a photo with his missus, for example. So.
What I love also about your page, and I mean, real talk, my favorite thing about your page, you feature plus size couples. So both the man and the woman are big, and for me, I don't see that a lot.
That's a struggle to find as well.
That's not seen. I run a bridal Instagram, the Plush Bride, and I wanted to show plus size brides because we don't have a lot of that. The same story. We don't have a lot of plus size women who are getting married being showcased on the internet. So here's a space for you here. And what I also noticed is plus size women marrying their plus size man. There's always this big old woman and this like ruler. It's me and my bang.
It's true.
And so I'm like, I don't know how that works. That's you, boo. Do you? Yeah. That's cool. It's more power to you. But I know me. I want him to match me. I need to know that when I eat crazy, if I have my moments, he's not gonna judge me. So like, I just, so I needed to see that. And so what I told, we're actually relaunching the page with new, branding. And I told my creative director, I said, listen, I want to find weddings with big dude and big woman. I want to see big love. That's what I love. And I love.
I think you're gonna struggle like we did. It's so hard.
We already are. It's hard as hell to find, but when we find it, we post it. And I think what I want to do is look for more. I'm not gonna not include the other big women because it's Plush Bride, so it's about us, women, whatever. But I do, the couple of the week, or this is a featured couple. I want to start doing that because that big love is something that we don't see enough of, and it needs to be normalized as an okay thing. Like, we can find love in each other, and we can be just as happy and just as sexy, and all those things. And I think that's something that I'm interested in, in doing. So I love what you did when you posted the couples. So I look for them and I literally find them and then like hold them down,
Yeah.
so I can look if they got married. Be like, bloop, thank you,
Yeah.
thanks. All right. So what is your favorite social media platform?
Instagram. Instagram's my favorite.
Okay.
I think TikTok is very good if you want to quickly grow. For example, it's very easier for things to get go viral on TikTok, for example.
Yep.
But I'm not really the person, me personally, to like mime music videos and things like that. I tried it, but it wasn't me, for example. So I couldn't really do that. So, but Instagram now, because they have the reels, it's like the monopoly. You have everything on Instagram. You don't need to really go to TikTok because you've got reels. You don't really need to go to Facebook because you have those kind of features. Sometimes you don't even need to go to YouTube now because they got the IGTV, for example. So I prefer Instagram, especially because they got hashtags, which is something that really helped us. On Snapchat, you don't really have like hashtags like that, for example. And I think TikTok hashtags are limited. I think there's less hashtags you can use on TikTok compared to Instagram as well.
I'm on TikTok heavy. I'm obsessed, and this entire look just got posted before we started. I learned that none of my reels on Instagram from my page are created directly through reels. It's all created on TikTok and transferred over. But the reason I do it is because some things that I do on TikTok don't really translate well. Put that over on reels, and it's like, boom, you looking good. But a lot of the stuff I do that is on brand to Plush Mommy on TikTok, I move it over to reels for my grid, and then like Insta stories, I'll throw in like my foolishness that I like to do, you know. But the miming of the like the people just talking is the ones I usually do, the jokes. But those like that I think that might help. Like the ones where they're saying like I love the belly and that stuff you need to get on your reels because like, well, I'm gonna do one for you, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But I get the only thing I've been doing recently is just like posting hotels on reels, for example, and that's kind of working. But I haven't got any plus size videos of plus size men to create a reel. I've managed to create one where I put snippets of all videos I had of plus size men. I think I had about 6 videos. I put them all to one, and I posted it on our page. And I think that video that warms my heart every time I watch.
Me and Bay are going to Vegas in December, so don't worry. I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna tell him, listen, we have to make content for Fat Man Traveling. He's gonna be like, who's Fat Man Traveling?
Yeah, I don't know. It could just be you eating something, you eating pasta, enjoying traveling, just anything.
I just have a lot of videos of him. Well, my travel vlog dropped today. So when you go on YouTube, you'll see my first travel vlog of LA, and you'll see him, in there. But we didn't. I didn't talk about like the struggles that we had because, like, for instance, Santa Monica Beach, that trek across the sand to the beach. Yeah. Oh my God, that ain't fat people friendly.
Yeah. Walking on sand alone is not fat people friendly. It's a struggle.
When we mentioned it in the video, like that walk is going to kill us, and we did it. We had to take a break before we walked back because it was hard. And then like the pier. You had to go up this hill and then down the hill. I don't know if you've been to LA, right?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Okay. You're going to love it. I'm going to tell you all the restaurants to go to that we went to that were really comfortable for him. And then all the restaurants, but we went to high end stuff, but then we also went to like the like low end stuff, but you're going to love it. Oh my God. So good. And it's a 2-hour hike to the Hollywood sign. Ciao.
2 hours. But even that, like finding information for like, especially men, things where we can go, where we can't go. Sorry to cut you again.
No.
Another thing that's very important that I found out, for example, Disneyland in France, Paris, is not plus size friendly. Disneyland in Orlando, plus size friendly. How do you find this out? Maybe you end up going to France, Paris, and you're wasting all your money. Then you realize that you can't actually go into these rides. So we are trying to create a few blogs as well behind the scenes where plus size men know, okay, you can go to Disneyland in Orlando, but you can't go to Disneyland in Paris because it's not plus size friendly, for example.
I know that teacup ride in Orlando ain't plus size friendly. I tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Me and my daughter was not having it. I said, baby, you're going to have to do this by yourself. Woo!
Yeah.
No, that was not plus. But yes, you're right. It is. Everything else is plus size friendly up there. But again, we are a plus size country for the most part. So it better be, honestly. Like, what you doing?
Has to be.
Like, you have half your country here, and we can't fit in the rides. What do you know? All right, so tell the people. This has been great. I really want to say thank you again for being on the show. This is
It was fun. It was fun.
This was fun. This was really great. Tell the people where to find you on all the platforms and things.
Okay, so if you can find us on Instagram at Fat Men Traveling with 2 L's because it's the UK spelling. Okay, and if you're so traveling with 2 L's, not one.
Noticed it too, and I was like, do they know how to spell? These UK people.
And on Facebook we have.
Deal with it, bro.
And then if you're plus size men, find us on Facebook groups. If you just write Fat Men Traveling, for example. The YouTube is there, but I need to work on it a bit more before we talk about it.
I know, because I remember we had the conversation. Remember? Okay.
I've been lazy, sorry.
You was talking about consistency so confidently, and I was like, he don't know I'm about to get in on him on this YouTube. I'm like, it's okay. Let me not say nothing. I don't want to be a hypocrite because I have a whole month in between videos. But it's a lot. YouTube is a lot, but still, you're doing a great job on Instagram, and I wish all the success for you. I know 5 years from now, this thing is about to blow up, and I get to say, I know O'Shane.
Yeah, I got you. When we have plus size couples event, I got you.
Listen, as long as I'm still with the plus size couple, because I don't know, man. You don't know. We might not be plus size couple. You might not welcome us no more. And that's going to, it's going to be making sad. It's fine. Just keep us in your hearts. All right. And obviously, for those of you who don't know, you can find the Plush Mommy on all platforms, including the Ticks of the Talks. And if you want business inquiries on consulting, coaching, or social media marketing, you can find my business page on Instagram, Brooklyn_social, or media_Brooklyn on the Twitter machine, or Brooklyn Social Media Marketing on Facebook. Again, I am the Plush Mommy. This is It's Just Social Media, and we are out. Thank you guys for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye. Take care.